I am so happy that you joined us again on Get Your Day Started. My name is Kola Wole Idowu. Thank you so much for your previous time investment in joining Get Your Day Started. I believe that you are getting value for your time invested. Remember, today is going to be a great day for you, a day full of light, a day full of help. Your proposals are going to be accepted. All your intentions that are good are going to come to pass. Lines are going to fall onto you in pleasant places. Things are going to work for you today. I like you to be full of expectation because those intentions are going to come to pass. All those areas where you have failed before, give it a try because things are going to work for you today. So I want you to get full of life because so many things are going to happen for you today. There will be commotion of testimonies and there will be positive change in many areas of your life today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do well to send this link across to as many of your friends that you think they should hear what you are hearing today. Please just send the link across to them so as to join. Thank you so much once again. Now, since the week began, we continued in our series of capacity development. This is one of the major areas of our life that we need to work on to live full in life. The wealthiest place on the surface of the earth is not where the oil has been dug. It's not where the gold has been mined. It is the grave. It is the grave. Why? Because so many people die with their inventions, with their songs, with their dreams, with their visions in their heart. So it is very important for us, for the grave not to take advantage of us, or for us not to make the grave worthy. We must be able to develop our capacity to be the best version of ourselves. What you have presently is not your best version. There is always a better way. Remember, we usually say this, that the largest room in the world is a room for improvement. There is something about you that can be better. No matter how well you are doing it, and no matter how good you are in your areas of expertise, I want to tell you this, that there is something that you can add. There is a value you can add. There is an information that can transform your life. There is an approach you can give to what you are doing that can make you be better than what you have now. Anyone who thinks he cannot grow, I think such an individual is ready to die, because growth is one of the indicators of a person's living. Anyone that is not growing is already a dead person. Characteristics of a human being, one of them, major one, is growth. So capacity development also talks about growth. We said that our capacity is what determines our level of reach, is what determines our spread of impact, it is what determines our domain of control, it is what determines our extent of influence, it is what determines our speed and rate of growth, it is what determines our frequency of returns from investment, it is what separates the big from the small, it is what separates the local from the global, it is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, it is what separates just any human being from extra human being. That is why it is very key for us to develop our capacity. I said yesterday that most trees end up as a seed, despite the fact that they have the capacity of a tree inside of them. It's not enough to appreciate the quality seed that you have until you begin to enhance its capacity by planting it. The tree in it cannot come out. Everybody has a tree in them, and you can't compare the value of a tree to a value of a seed. Despite the fact that all that the tree component is in the seed, but you can't compare what happens when you plant a seed and what happens when the tree grows. So many things happen. The bird of the air feed on it, human beings feed on the tree if it's a tree that brings out fruit, and it has capacity to reproduce. But keep a seed for 1,000 years, if it's properly preserved, it remains a seed. But if you plant it, it will reproduce itself. Just like we said that if you plant a corn of maize, just a grain of maize, it will definitely produce minimum about 1,000 seeds. Can you say that? That's capacity development. That is, it was able to reproduce itself. There's something great in you, just like Eleanor Roosevelt said, that what is behind you and what is ahead of you is tiny compared to what is inside of you. Something big is inside of you. Something great is inside of you, but you can't come to the full realization of that if you don't maximize it by developing your capacity. Just like I said, that nobody will ever put a raw crude oil inside his vehicle. It cannot. That vehicle will likely knock, and it's not a benefit to anybody until it is properly refined. And when it refines, it has products that ranges about odorant when a crude oil is properly refined. You talk about gas, you talk about PMS, you talk about kerosene, you talk about polymers, you talk about tire, all manner of things, products of, you talk about cream, perfumes, all manner of products come out of a crude oil when it is properly refined. That is what we should be. Some of us are so raw and crude that people do not value us because we have not refined what we actually have inside of you. If you know the impact of what you have inside of you, if you know how the global community is waiting for what you have inside of you, you will be forced to begin to refine them. But until they are refined, until you develop your capacity, that is your what you can do, your spread, you may not be able to reach out to as many as you should reach out to. It's talking about becoming the best version of yourself, becoming all you can become. That is reaching out to as many that you can reach out to. I said this, that if you can reach out to 1,000 people with your products, why do you intend to stay with just 10 people? When you have capacity to reach out to 10 million people, why will you stay with 5 people? If you have capacity to become a professor, why do you want to end up as a master's student? If you have capacity to become anything, a president of a nation, why do you want to end up as a counselor? If you have capacity to own a school, why do you want to end as a classroom teacher? So this is talking about capacity development. And one of the reasons why we talk about capacity development is that so many people have gotten to the peak of whatever they are doing. They are putting in more into it, and despite that fact, they have gotten to their ceiling. They are not making progress. They can't sew more than 10 clothes in a month. They can't fees cars that are no more than 50 in a month. They can't write more than a book in a month and all that. So the more they try to do it, the more wearied they become because they have reached the peak of their capacity. Ability is different from capacity. Your ability is what that is the skill you have to do a thing well, but your capacity is ability to do it well to so many people, and that is what you need to develop so as to be a global phenomenon that you were created to be. Now, just as a matter of just refreshing our memory, according to United Nations Development Program, define capacity development as the process of acquiring, improving, and retaining skills, knowledge, tool, equipment, and other resources needed to do your job efficiently. So this is what capacity development is actually all about. We also said that capacity development is about changing you, your person, and actually remodeling you to be able to become what you should become. When you become the right personality, you will attract the right impact. You will attract the right change. We said major areas where we need capacity development are the physical areas, the mental area, and the spiritual area. These areas are very key. What are benefits of capacity development? We mentioned 4 of them yesterday. We said when you have developed your capacity, you perform at your peak. You have what we call peak performance. Just like I said yesterday, nobody needs your gift in heaven. If you are a singer on earth, nobody needs your voice in heaven. Why? All of us are going to see unison there. Apart from that fact, you can't be better than some people have been singing for the past 1,000 years. I don't know the kind of song you want to sing that they will give you microphone there. So there is no need, you won't be given that privilege when you get to heaven. So no matter what you are doing, if you know how to fix a car well, you better do that well, because I don't have anywhere it was recorded that they use car over there. So whatever you are doing here, do it to the peak until there is nothing left. Die empty, live full. Die empty, live full. If you computer you can repair, please do that well, because I don't think they use any computer there. Their technology is beyond the technology of this world. So whatever you can do, if you is air you do makeup for people, you do hair for people, please do it well, because I don't know the kind of hair we have there. That may not be needed for any makeup over there. So if it's food you know how to prepare, I don't think you can compare with any caterer that is above there. So whatever you can do on that, please do it to the peak. Do it to the peak. So capacity development helps you to get to the peak of whatever you are doing. That is, you are the best at whatever. It's talking about excellence, not just success, not just achieving anything, but achieving the best in any field. Achieving the best in any field. If you want to be CEO, be the best CEO. That is, become the best at whatever you are doing. At whatever you are doing. Live your life in such a way that you don't have a replacement, but they have alternative for you. And that is the key thing. So it helps you to have larger opportunity and platforms to reach out to many people. We also said one of the benefits of capacity development is that you become the best version of yourself. You become the best version of yourself. That is, you get, there is always an upgrade. Just like I used to say, there's an update for every one of us. There's also an upgrade for every one of us. Also, you have greater reach, and you also have huge financial returns. Remember, financial returns is the reward you get for fulfilling your purpose and for doing your best at what you are. So how do we develop capacity? Now we are getting to the cross of it now. How do you develop capacity? Number one, identify your vision, identify your goals, and identify your target. Now, you must know the areas that you want to develop capacity. You can't just wake up and start developing capacity. Capacity in what area? We have seen several individuals who have developed, for example, skills in so many areas. They are not known in any area. They are not known in any area. Yoruba has an adage that if you urinate at a spot, it will begin to bring out foam. But when you spread it, it will not bring out foam. I think that drives out the point. It's got to a point that they use water to cut iron. Why? Because all the energy of the water is directed towards a point. And also, you have seen that the kind of power we are using in our country is hydro electric power, in the sense that they are using water, they are using water to turn a turbine. Why was that possible? Because that water is directed and focused in a line. You can't be the best at everything. That is the truth. No matter what, you jack of all trades, master of none. You can't be the best at everything. You must identify areas that are in line with your governing values, areas that are in line with your gifts, areas that are in line with your passion, areas that are in line with your temperament. If you want to get a full gist of that, you need to go to our Telegram channel to pick our audios on self-discovery. That's where we had a great exploration on gift, passion, and temperament. So you need to look at that. What area are the areas that are tense or that mix up with your gift, your passion, your temperament? Which area do you want to develop? The truth is this: whether it meets with your personal purpose or God-given purpose, if you focus into that area, if you develop your capacity in that area, I want to tell you, you will achieve great things. And what I mean is that you will have enough knowledge, because we have said that, just like Brian Tracy said, that people that are top 10% of their career are people who know more in their career. They know more than others in their career. They know how things are done in their career. They know the people that are trading in their career. They know what they do. Knowledge in a lot of ways can liberate us from a lot of bondages, can remove a lot of ceilings from our life. There are times, have you not seen most of the times that you want to repair something from a car? I remember one of these days that I traveled to Abuja, and we were returning, and all of a sudden the car shut down, and we were in the middle of a bush. We tried as much as possible to get in contact with somebody. We did all we could do. We touched all the fuses in the car, everything, nothing is working. The thing just shut down because we got into a ditch, and all of the attempts we made didn't work. After a lot of minutes, a lot of tens of minutes and all that, nothing worked until a driver called one of his friends who work in the organization that has the car. It's a PGO organization. Now, as soon as he called, the guy just told him, go to the boot, press something, and release it, and press it again, and go and start the car. And that was it. That was it. The car picked up and were able to get to our destination. So many people in life today, one of their major challenges is because they lack information about what they are doing. Ask so many people, who are the people who are leading in your field? I was discussing with somebody yesterday and I said, anybody that can get out of the market to do something about their life and they are staying in the market till now, for example, they stayed in the market for 5 years, they must have something to share with you. In any field, whether in academics, whether in business, anybody who can survive that system and survives it with testimony to share has something to tell you, has a story to tell, because he must have faced some things that he has overcome. So the first thing is that you must identify which area. You must narrow all the things you want to do into an area. Which area do you want to develop value? Which area do you want to increase your capacity? If it is pencil that you want to increase your capacity about, just imagine that you sit down in a month and you are making research about pencil. You don't need to be a professor to begin to profess pencil, because you'll be able to see so many different kinds of pencils, how to make pencils, the benefit of pencils, and all that. But by the time you are done with 1 year studying pencil, do you know who you will become? In fact, your name will be changed to pencil. Why? Because you would have known so much about pencil that you can dream about it. The manufacturing process, where you can sell it, the largest number of people that uses it, the first person that invented pencil, what are the products, what are the makeup of a pencil. So because you have narrowed your thought into in a line. Why do we call people professor? Not because they know so many things, not because they know, but because they can profess their authority in an area. Because the higher you go, the lesser, the more you know in a particular area, but lesser you know in so many areas. There are persons who are professors of maybe medicine that an undergraduate can deal with him, or can humiliate him, or can embarrass him when it comes to computer system, because he doesn't know so much about it. He doesn't know so much about it. There are people who are professor of maybe professor of English that when it comes to a car, he doesn't know anything. Just a roadside mechanic can just dupe him and do a lot of things. Why? Because you being a professor or being at the peak of your career in one area doesn't say that you know everything. We see most people that call themselves lawyer, that they say they are, people are lawyer, they say they are learned colleague. Why are they learned colleague? Because they bring so many cases to them that makes them to see so many things. They bring cases of somebody who is into abuse, drug abuse to them, so they have to know so many things, because you will tell them stories about how things are done. You bring things about medicine to them, you need to tell them about so many things about it also, so that they will be able to defend your case. That's why they are called learned colleague, because learned person, because they know so many, they know small in so many areas. But when you know so much in your area, there's every possibility that you can develop capacity in that area. And the more capacity, the more knowledge you have in that area, the lesser your stress in reaching out to so many people. The lesser your stress. I told you about Jeff Bezos, Amazon. When COVID started. When COVID started, Amazon was able to amass to himself about $30 billion in the first month. Why was he able to do that? Because he was prepared before the opportunity came. Remember what Les Brown said, that it's better to be prepared and not have opportunity than to have opportunity and not be prepared. What creates opportunity for us is our level of preparation. And our level of preparation is what enhances our level of capacity. That is our ability to reach out to others with the same quality. Now, that's capacity development. That is, you are able to deliver to everybody. If you are a stylist and if you sew a cloth, it will be like an angel did it. Can you make everybody to see it like an angel did it all across? That is, if you are doing it for 50 people, everybody sees it as if it's an angel that did it. To time. If you are doing it for 100 people, everybody sees it as an angel that did it for 100 people. It's not that the quality is not reducing, the value is not reducing, the precision, the accuracy is not reducing. So despite the fact that the quality has increased, that is what we mean by capacity. So when you have capacity, you're able to reach out. But knowledge helps us to be able to reach out. You will be able to know what kind of tools, what skills are needed in the area that you are venturing into, what tools can enhance your delivery. What will take you about 10 minutes using your hand to do, will a machine be able to do that in less than 1 minute? If a machine will be able to do that, it means you will do it for about 10 people in 10 minutes that you are using before. That is what we mean. That is what we mean. So capacity enhancement and capacity development. So knowledge helps you a lot. And how do you get knowledge? You get knowledge from books. You get knowledge from audios. Now, as you are listening to me also, you also get knowledge. These are the areas where you can get knowledge. Remember the first thing we said, that you must narrow down on the area where you want to develop capacity. On the area, anybody can learn anything. Anybody can be good at anything. You may be able to know, you may not be able to know how to command English even at your level now. But let me tell you this, if you start with Barter Grammar before you are at the end of this year, you are able to know more about how to construct English. Do you know our challenge that some of us are we are long in a field, yet we are quack in it. I give you an example of myself that, for example, I can play drums, but when it comes to professional stage, I will pretend as if I don't know how to play it. I can play keyboard, but when it comes to professional stage, I will be afraid because I don't want to embarrass myself. Why? Because I've been playing, how long have I been playing? It's over 20 years. But number of years does not equate the versatility of my skill, because I am not focused in that area. If I'm focused in that area, a young man who learns in 1 year consistently with great speed or with great frequency, we know how to play drums better than I do, that I've been playing for 20 years. So it's not the number of years. Remember I told you that time doesn't heal things. It's what you do within time that does. Time doesn't say you will know a thing better. It's what you do within the time that tells whether you are going to know it better or not. And that is key. That is very, very important. It's not how long you are on the job, it's how well you are on the job, that how better you are on the job. So you must identify that area, then begin to invest in that area, begin to look for literatures. Thank God for internet age. We have a lot of information online. We have videos, we have YouTube, you have Google, all manner of access to information that can help you develop in that area of expertise that you have chosen. Remember, of course, I encourage people that it's better that area is in line with your governing values, in line with your vision, is in line with your purpose, is in line with your gifts and passion, so that you don't get weary by doing them. I will talk on number 2, then we close for today. Number 2 thing that you need to do to develop capacity is that you must identify the price you are supposed to pay. Everything in life has a price tag. Brian Tracy said there is nothing in life like something for nothing. 0 times 1 million is 0. There is something you have to bring to the table. There is a price everybody has to pay. The difference between the great and the non-great is because one is ready to pay the price that is involved. Look at Michael Jordan. He said in his lifetime he has missed about 200 shots, and he said he has been given opportunity about 20 times to throw the winning shot of a game, and he has missed it. He said he has failed over and over again, and that's why it's a success. You want to talk about Thomas E. Edison, who has failed for example, in the process of developing a incandescent light bulb. He failed about 10,000 times. I mean 10,000, not 1,000. 10,000 times. He failed 10,000 times in trying to get the incandescent bulb light. As soon as he's failing from one, somebody once asked him, "Sir, why do you have to fail 10,000 times before you go to incandescent bulb light?" He said, "I didn't fail 10,000 times. He said there were 10,000 steps to get to incandescent bulb light." So that is it. You must be ready to pay the price. The road to greatness is paved with risk. If you are not ready to face those risks, your life can be a risk, because you won't be a blessing to anybody and you'll be a terror to yourself, a problem to yourself, and then you are not a solution to people. So very, very important. You must identify the price that is required to pay. Now, in any field, there is a price to pay. And remember, when you get to supermarket, remember I told you about the fact that life is like a restaurant. and a bukateria. What's the difference? For example, if you go to a fast food joint, when you pick your food, you have to pay before you carry it. But when you get to a buka, you eat the food before you pay the money. You have to eat first. After you have give me give me shaki, give me edo. When you mount, if they don't look at the size of the person asking, when you mount everything and all of them equal maybe 5,000. After eating and sweating, that's when you now pay the money. If you don't have the money, God help you. But when you get to a restaurant, somewhere like a fast food joint, when you make your orders, you pay before you carry it away from the person selling it to you, the person at the cashier. You have to pay. So that is life. Life is like that. You have to pay anything you want. If you pay, it's cash and carry. Anything you want, you pay before you take it. There's no free meal anywhere. Somebody is paying for it. You have to pay. So everything in life has a price tag. If you get to a Bugatti, somebody say, "I love Bugatti," it's not the price it's not the fact that you love Bugatti and you can get Bugatti. If you have the money for Bugatti today, I tell you the truth, Bugatti will arrive at your doorstep before the close of the week. So it's not about the fact that somebody has something. If you need something, they are built. If you need a house before the close of today, I want to tell you this, you will get the house. The question is, can you pay the price to get the house? If you have your money in your hands, no boutique or no supermarket will resist you from picking any item that is on for sale. Greatness is on for sale. Is for sale if you can pay the price. No, success is on for sale if you can pay the price. As long as you know the requirement and the price tag, you know the amount, you know the price of it, and you pay it, they will give you. You are legitimately the owner of the property. So that is it. That is life. If you are ready to pay the price for capacity development, some people will go on retreat for capacity development once in a month, once in 2 months. What are they doing? They are studying, they are reading. The price of reading, the price of attending seminars, the one you are paying this morning. Many people are somewhere doing something or the other that does not add value to their life. But you are actually investing your data, you are investing your time in listening to me this morning. And some have been consistent that it has become an habit for them to listen every morning. That is a price. Not everybody pays it. So if you see anybody who is complaining about life, stop complaining. People don't win in life by complaining. People win in life by campaigning. That is by taking actions. So you have seen so many people complain about things. You ask them, what are they doing? What actions are they taking? Say, I do this one, I do that one, I do that one. It's not working. If it's not working, change your approach. There's always something to do to make things work. And that's why we're saying there is always a price to pay. I remember Elon Musk, the richest man in the world now, and the first person to cross the limit of $300 billion as one of the richest men in the world. How was he able to do it? He said got to a time that in his life that he was sleeping 3 hours in a day. And it wasn't strange to me because there was a time I also had Bishop David Odebo, sleeping in that dimension. Whether you are in the spiritual setting or you are in the secular setting, the price for greatness is almost the same. They are universal principles of life, no matter what it is. Not saying it's because of wishes, stop it. It's not because of wishes. If it's because of wishes, dedicate 1 week to wishes and deal with them once and for all. Instead of you wasting your time and trying to give ego and strength to your excuses. Remember, excuses excuse you from greatness. So the truth is this, if you are ready to pay the price, you will take the product. What product do you want? You want capacity, you want your reach to be large. If you are ready for that, people whose reach are large, what do? You see people fly out of the country to go and attend seminars, to go and attend conferences. It's not about what you become, it's about who you become. Because when you become that person, you'll be able to attract and make more impact in the life of others. You see how people are doing things outside the country. You are into printing, you are into automobile, you are into anything. See the way other people are doing it where they are. If you step into this, if you go through the step of a giant, just be putting your leg into it. You will get to the same destination that the giant gets to. Nobody is better than you are. Nobody is better, and you can't rise beyond the level of your knowledge. So that is why it is very important. I used to tell people this, that if you see a guy in a thick bush having the dream of a Lamborghini, seeing himself riding a Lamborghini, that must be a nightmare. Because or he's seeing a spiritual vision, because you have never seen it before. So why will you dream it? So that is why when we go for exploration, That's part of the price we pay. We attend seminars, we attend conferences, we pay for it. We book time with mentors, we book time with counselors. You go far and near to get books and resources. You read them, you listen to audios, and all of that has a value that they are adding to your life. Add value they are adding to, and they help you to become better at what you are doing. You are able to reach out to more people at what they are doing. So I want you to begin to look at this. We mentioned 2 things today. Remember, to develop your capacity, you must go for knowledge to know what to do. Number 2, you must identify the price you are to pay. Thank you so much for joining us today on Get Your Day Started. Once again, my name is Kolawole Idowu. My number is 09051110042. 09051110042. Thank you so much for joining us today on Get Your Day Started. It's a great day for you. God bless you.